What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode. Having a great day here in Virginia Beach. Got a pretty good opening hand. Got 3 lands. I'm going back to my 5-color deck and try this out. I already see I want to get these 3 colors out there. Blue, black, and white. So I got a blue and black card right here, and this one requires black and white. This one also requires white. And then this one has 2 reds, plus it's 6 mana, so I'm not worried about that. And then now I get, I can go ahead and get a red out there now, or I could do the Evolving Winds and get a basic land, because I will need that for this card. This doesn't have blue or black, so I'm not going to be able to mix and match the 2 lanes I have out there to fulfill these mana requirements, blue and black. So, got a pretty decent hour today. I've been getting up late, but today I got up. I had an interview at Apple Store, went pretty good. I think I want to get a black out there. Will be the best bet for me right now. I got the Foreboding Statue, too, so I might... Now that he's got 2 creatures out there, what does this do? Okay. Not really worried about those right now. They are only 1/1, so I'll probably just cast the Foreboding Statue and then maybe do that. Or maybe I can cast this first, because it does phase out for a turn. But I made that mistake where I think I'll be able to handle them, and then it kind of doesn't work out. So actually, maybe I'll do the Foreboding Statue, and then I could throw out this one, and now I have the lane requirements for it, so I think I'll be good. I think I want to get at least 1 blocker out there, though, and then I can add more mana. To protect my Planeswalker better, because I'll probably end up using the -2 right away, so it's only going to have 1 loyalty counter, so the slightest slip up, and I lose him, which, something I haven't really talked about. Oh, well, that didn't help. I might have touched on it, but sometimes the way I look at cards, what does this do? Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this, and then I'll probably throw that one out there. Getting your mana's worth out of creatures, I mean, sometimes, with this one, kind of really help it. In a way, since it was only 3 mana, I kind of got my mana's worth by him taking the heat versus maybe this one, which I'd rather keep. Now, I figure if it gets killed right now, that would pretty fucking suck. But if I could kill, maybe 3 creatures with it, then I figure I've gotten my use out of it. So, I'm in a bit of a jam here, but I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm going to gain a little bit of life. I do have this one, but it'll die when it blocks, so that's not really going to help me very much. And let's go ahead and do this, because I could live without that other card, the Strix's Command. If I could guaranteed get it in my hand, will definitely help me out next turn. And I'm going to wait a second, but I'll probably end up killing one of his creatures before, after he declares attackers. Because, see, I'm glad I waited, because I'd rather kill that one. It also has First Strike, but let me see. Okay. So, he's going to be able to get me for 9, so I think I'm going to hold on to this one and just kill that. It doesn't have First Strike, so I'll be good there, then I can kill this big creature and definitely stay in. Actually, so I want to get some lifelink, so I might end up attacking with this card. And I got 2, 4, 5 mana. Even if I get lifelink, I'll get +1/+1. So I'll get 6, I'll have 10, then he can give me for 9. Make him sacrifice, 2 or less. Let's go with this one, and then I'll get rid of that counters too. Those counters he has. Yep. Oh wait, nope, he gets to choose still. But either way, it should buy me another turn at least. So after I had I do have to sacrifice land, which sucks. Let's do the swamp. And I'll play land, cool. After the interview, I stopped by Barnes & Noble, read a comic book. They got graphic novels there. It actually worked out, because there's this Batman series I have. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Dang. Well, I'm really glad I used the lifelink for that now. I'm still hanging in here. But it's not looking too good. Not looking very good. If this had haste, that would help a lot. But I think I'm going to do what's necessary and go ahead and get 2 creatures out there so I can block. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I just lost this game. Dang it. I was reading this Batman series called Batman the Knight. It's a 10-part series, and I have 9 issues. I'm missing issue 4. Issue 10's at the store, in my box. So I read the first 3 already, and then I read issue 4 from the graphic novel in Barnes & Noble today. I was like, hell yeah, now I can read the rest of my series. And it was a really good series, too, so I was so pissed when I kind of got in late on the series, and I was able to get, they did a combination of issue 1, 2, and 3 into a compendium or whatever. I don't know if it's called compendium, but just collected the 3 issues into like a bigger comic book, and yeah, so I got that, read it, and missed issue 4. I think maybe they already released it, or I think I got the collected edition not knowing that they had already released issue 4, but I was able to get 5 through 10. So it was really good, first 3 issues. Issue 4 was really good, and so I'm going to keep going with that issue. I also opened some of these booster packs waiting for my interview, because they wanted us to arrive 15 minutes early. So I was sitting there for a while, playing on my phone. I saw at least 2 other, both Batman books, where I'm missing an issue, 1 or 2 issues from the series, and they have the graphic novels there at Barnes & Noble. So I'll probably just sneak in, I'm just going to waltz right in, like a regular person, and just grab it and go sit down somewhere. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? Walking up to the, that shit was weird as hell, dude, smoking a cigarette, and like covered in tattoos and street clothes, and he's driving a white van and just delivered a package. Like, is this a bomb? What the fuck? like wearing a gold chain and shit. I was like, I swear I paid the mob back. Oh, cool. Not anything for me, but anyway. Yep, probably gonna go to the gym today and hit some legs and let's go ahead and take a look at these cards instead of listening to me talk. Tiny Bones joins up. The fuck kind of name is that? Okay. 1 swamp requirements, a rare, 1 black mana, but whatever. Legendary enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, any number of target players each discard a card. So I guess you could target yourself too with that. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, any number of target players each mill a card and lose 1 life. Again, you can target yourself with that. See this bonus sheet? Spectacle. Sorcery, Skewer the Critics. Skewer the Critics deals 3 damage to any target Spectacle Mountain. You may cast this spell for its spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the only useful way to use this card. Playing 3 mana to deal 3 damage is not really good. I'm pretty, yeah, there's definitely a card that's, and this one's also a sorcery. There's an instant that has less mana requirement and does 3 damage. 1 colorless mana and 1 red mana. I still don't quite understand these bonus sheets, because I swear sometimes I can't find them in my sets, so I don't know. Comment below if you understand the bonus sheet cards. Got a common wild card with this helpful, uncommon wild card. I think I already mentioned that. Anyway, Harrier Strix. 1/1, flying, tap target permanent, and it's got the draw card, discard a card ability. I don't look at cards that don't say first, just because I want to. Some people might not even read them, but I figure if I get a new card, I might as well read it once. Then it's just kind of. I might remember it if I really like it. Sometimes I'll screenshot them. I'll make them big like this, and then I'll screenshot them. Mirage Mesa. Oh, that's pretty cool. I might have to put that in my deck. That would help out a lot. I think I've had cards like this before, and for some reason I stopped using them. Either that or they rotated out. I can't remember. I think some cards are about to rotate out pretty soon. Is it in September or August? I don't know. I haven't really done. Actually, I don't even know if I've really experienced it. I think I've experienced an alchemy rotation. I used to play a lot of alchemy, but I haven't played standard, so I haven't. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't played standard. Just starting about a year ago, I started playing mostly standard games. I might get back into the alchemy, especially because Lord of the Rings cards are really cool. But yeah, I think I might have already explained that I started doing standard because now you get 3 years rotation. I'm starting to do competitive play. I eventually kind of would like to win some money from competitions. I don't know if I'll ever get that good because I don't play a lot of tabletop, but even just on arena, that would be cool to get to that level where I could win. But I think I've mentioned before, I'm not very good at playing the standard events or alchemy events. Those are just really hard. Even I've played platinum and diamond tier ranked play, and it's just nothing compared to those events. I swear, I've played. It seems like every time they put me against someone, it's someone that's out there like really grinding to get those gems and the playing points, because then they could play competitively and win for money. Play for money and win money, real actual cash. Well, let's read this card real quick. Daring Thunder Thief, 4 mana, 4/4. The Turtle Rogue, flash, enters tapped. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of seems a little bit useless to me, but why have flash if it enters tapped? And it's 4 mana for 4/4 and doesn't do anything else. That's I don't know, but yeah, that's why I figured. I probably won't try to play competitively. I should probably do some draft events. I might do some other events. I do have all these tokens. I have the 20 playing points, 16 draft tokens, 4 sealed tokens, 4 jump-in tokens. But I got some new events. Oh, midweek magic, quick draft. I should probably do a draft event. That would be cool to do for sure. But yeah, these events, I think I've touched on them in another video. You get 7 wins without 3 match losses, 500 gems, 3 packs, and 1 playing point. Imagine there's people out there trying to do that pretty much 20 times in between each opening or whatever. You need those playing points for it. I got my playing points by paying $25 for the pre-release packs to get 5 playing points, and I did that 4 times. Has it really been that many times already? Yeah, I did. Wilds of Eldraine, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Murders at Karlov Manor, and then the newest set, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That should be it. Yeah. Yep. It would have been really cool if I had the money to get it for Lord of the Rings, but good thing I have enough gold, and I don't really spend my gems on that, but I have enough gold. Got a lot of March of the Machine packs. Got a lot of gold to buy more Lord of the Rings cards. This episode's getting kind of long, but whatever. This is what podcasts do, just talk and teach you stuff. I know some of this stuff I've gone over before. I forgot what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to my set mastery. Oh, I think that was back in my profile. Okay. I knew what I was doing. Just there it is, set collection. 81% set mastery for Lord of the Rings. The most, yeah, Wilds of Eldraine, 91%. Oh, 92% Murders at Karlov Manor. If I opened all my Outlaws of Thunder Junction, it's at 23 right now. See, I have how many packs? An ass load. 78 packs. That's crazy, man. I'll definitely get a lot higher with that. On that note, constructed rank. Okay. I wish it told you your previous ranks for previous seasons. I'm trying to get up to Mythic. I also get more rewards. Highest I've got is Diamond. I've gotten Platinum. I just got this last season, so at least, I don't know, at least twice, probably more times. There was a couple months where I went all the way back to Bronze for like a month or 2, or maybe like went back to Bronze, and then I probably ended in Gold, went back to like mid-Bronze tier, and then got up to like Silver, and went all the way back to Bronze tier 4. Might have ended a season on Bronze, but it happens. It's kind of a good thing, which means I have other things going on for me, because I've only been playing this game for 2 years. I'm 28 years old. especially people that are 28 that have been playing since they're like 14 or 13 or 10 or 5. It's just, I would have to spend a crazy amount of time to match their level. But I think I'm really smart. I've played other strategy games and other card games growing up and video games. Let's go ahead and open another pack. So I kind of caught on quick. I think I'm pretty good. I kind of try to Google how rare it is for Magic players to get to Mythic rank, and then Diamond, Platinum, Gold, whatever. To me, I mean, I don't really know where other people's levels are at, so I don't. Wherever you are, that's great. At least you're playing competitively and able to get wins. But I mean, Silver isn't really much of an achievement. Gold is. I think Gold is pretty decent. If you can get a Gold in a season, starting from Bronze Tier 4, I think that's probably where I start once I got into rank play and played hard. I might have gotten a Platinum the first time, starting fresh. I can't really remember though, or a high Gold if I was really grinding it out. But you do have to really grind it out and learn how to build better decks, make good plays all the time. Because I think it's even in Silver Tier now. I think when I first started, you didn't lose any tick marks for losing the game in Silver Tier. I don't think they started doing that now, or they started doing it in Gold Tier. But okay, that's a pretty decent land. Let's look at these cards real quick. Nizumi Link Breaker. I'm not really reading these too much. Oh, wait. We already saw that one. Oh, okay. It doesn't say first, it just says bonus sheet. I'm just kind of reading these in my head. I'll leave them up for a bit. Might have to pause because I do spade these up if you want to look at them. This one could be okay if you're able to get a lot of counters. Something with the counters, which about 5 colors deck has an enchantment that, I think 1 or 2 enchantments. I think I took the other enchantment out. I think it does have 1 enchantment, maybe some other ways to get counters on creatures. I mean, Ward 1, that's decent. I think, once you get to Platinum Tier, now I think there is some leniency once you go from from Tier 4 to Tier 3. I've had times where it seems like I could lose 2 or maybe even 3 times in a row before I get set back. Maybe it's just 2 times. I think they give you 1, like you're allowed to lose 1 in that, if you just graduated to that tier. Either that or you might have to win a game in the tier. I don't know, I swear it's worked out different for me every time. Because I've gone back and forth between the tiers a lot. With Platinum, I've gotten all the way to like Tier 1 and got bounced back to Tier 4, and it's just crazy. If you could progress at all in Platinum Tier, consistently, and then at the end of the season, whatever, or at any point in time really, then you're winning more games than you're losing, through math. So mathematically, you're winning more games than you're losing. So you're pretty damn good at that point, in my opinion. If you get a Mythic, you're pretty excellent. Now, I said I've Googled this stuff before, and there were some people on Reddit that are like, oh, getting a Mythic is so easy, I could get there in like a couple weeks, whatever. And then they might go on to say that getting a high number rank in Mythic is when it actually gets challenging. But these are people that, that same person will go on to say that they've been playing since they were a kid, or been playing for a long time. So, someone just kind of picking the game up. If you are just starting Magic, you definitely want to give yourself some time to grow. I played casual play for the longest time. I just ranked play didn't interest me. And once I started playing it, I was like, wow, I should have just been playing this the whole time. I didn't know you get rewards at the end of the season. That's another thing I want to throw out there, even if you don't think you're ready. Because I always had this thing, not only with this game, but in the past, where I never really thought I was necessarily ready for stuff. So I was always just constantly preparing. And I even did that with this game. But you got to think that if you start out at Bronze Tier 4, you literally have nothing to lose. You can only go up. So even if you play, I think you might have to win 1 game. Let's just say you win 1 game in the season, and then you just lose the rest. I mean, well, maybe you're not having as much fun if you could win more games in standard and casual play, whatever. But you're going to win some games if you know what you're doing a little bit. At the end of the season, you get a free pack. So then you can add that to your cards and then get even better at the game. So I mean, you really have nothing to lose. And you'll probably find that you could get further along in the tiers than you thought, and probably have more fun, and then might start looking at events and stuff like that. I still haven't really got to the events. I've played them before, and they're just really hard. I haven't got back to it in a while. I've just been saving up all my currency. I also have a problem where I don't think I do enough deck building as I should. I just always want to play. I just want the action. So I just use the same deck over and over again, and I do make adjustments to it. I still have more things to spin. But probably not as often as I should, because I even know there's weaknesses in the deck, but I just leave them alone. But also overcorrecting your deck or correcting too often without actually knowing the problem, because you got to play quite a few games to figure out, oh, was it a fluke? Was it that person just had a better deck? There's so many different ways your deck can be shuffled, but that's something you have to prepare for in your deck building to make really good decks. So definitely something to keep in mind. But that's kind of another reason, because I was changing my decks kind of after, like, every time I would lose a game at one point, and it was just like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not really at that level either, where I should really expect myself to be able to win every game. And in doing that, having that high expectation of myself to win every game I play, which eventually I want to get to that point where I'm winning, essentially every game. Or at least, I also looked this up, at what level top Magic players have to be performing at. Like, how often the percentage the deck has to win for you to be a Magic champion, or at least one of the top contenders where you can make decent money from doing it. And win competitions regularly. And the percentage that your deck has to win is just insanely high. If I'm just sitting around playing a board game or a card game for fun, then, especially, you gotta figure, with Arena, it's different too, because you're only playing against one other person at a time. At least anything I've played so far. I don't know if they have anything that does more than 1v1. But if you're playing tabletop, you're playing against 3 other people. If I was playing against 3 other people, let's just say shooting shit with my friends or playing board game with my family. Like, I would be completely satisfied with winning 25% of the time. Me and 3 other people, I mean, that's even, you don't suck, you're not super good, that's just middle ground. Even if I was winning 10%, I mean, at a certain point, I'm like, okay, let's play different games. I suck at this one and I barely win. But 15 to 25%, or 15 to 35% or whatever, I probably wouldn't notice. I'd be like, I don't know, I win every once in a while. Other people win too, and that's how it usually goes. But with Magic, and especially once you get competitive, eventually, I think I'm using this phrase right, it's a zero-sum game. There has to be a loser for there to be a winner. So you have to, which is kind of one thing I don't like about sports, and I think that is one reason I'm a musician. Because, I mean, in a way, there's only so much attention in the world, so you can only listen to so much music at a time. But you don't have to make someone else lose for you to win. A whole bunch of people can win. I mean, with sports, there's different. There's always the next season, but every season, every team is competing for the gold. They're not giving giving anyone space at any time to succeed if it means they're going to lose. And that's what they would have to do to let other teams win. Now, individual players can bring each other up, and you see that with sports now more often. I mean, I haven't watched sports a long time. I think it's kind of always been that way. And then you're always going to have people that aren't that way. But they're still there. They're going to help each other out. And even you'll see it during games sometimes. Opponents are like, "Oh wow, how'd you do that? Oh dang, how'd you know I was coming? How'd you block me? Or that was a nice catch, nice home run, whatever." I don't care that we're, that's so much I don't care that we're losing. Like, it's like, I still want to win the game, but you as a player, I am happy for you and I'm supportive of your athleticism. So it's really nice that we can be that way. And for some people with Magic, I think are that way. I think some people are not. Especially people who have kind of dedicated their life to this, which I haven't. I have a lot of other things I do with my life, but I have dedicated a huge chunk of my life to this. So I do get upset sometimes when I lose, or someone's fucking with me, or if they're doing really good and then they're being a smartass about it. It's like, okay, you're succeeding, but you think I'm losing and you're rubbing it in my face, and that doesn't really make me feel good. There's no reason to taunt me. Like, I kind of do take this seriously. I want to do well with it. I also want to have fun. I want to respect people. I want to have good sportsmanship. So I think this is kind of a sport. They consider chess a sport. I don't know if this is considered a sport, because it's not competed how chess is. I guess they call it, they have esports. That's video games, but it's a competitive thing. Ooh, a rare wildcard reward. Awesome. It's a competitive thing, and yeah, there is monetary value in it. Oh yeah, I forgot I went to the Dollar Tree. Got to mention that. I went to the Dollar Tree, got some sparkling water. So that's good. I was all out. I thought about getting some candy. Should have got some toilet paper. I'm gonna go to Walmart and get some later. I'll probably just get candy at Walmart too. I kind of owe my nephew some, like, I think they're his Oreo cookies. I don't think he's noticed. He got upset with me because I ate a lot of the marshmallows that we got from the food pantry, but they weren't his marshmallows, they were everyone's, and they're just sitting up there they've been there for like 2 weeks now, so I've been taking them out every once in a while and eating them. He hasn't thought about them in like a week, and then one day he's like, oh, marshmallows. I was like, oh yeah, I ate a lot of them, but there's a couple left. And he wasn't really mad, but he was like, oh, you ate my marshmallows? He's only 8, so. And this one left like a Hostess cupcake out on the table, just open out of the pack. I know those are his. I was like, I'm gonna eat this. Everyone's sleeping. Like, you guys gonna leave this out of the package? What are you doing? I'm gonna eat it now. Like, I let it sit there for a good couple hours too. And I was like, well, no one's eating this, so I'm just gonna eat it. If anyone says anything, I'll just buy a new one if it's a big deal. But yeah, really like this game. I got a lot of wild cards. Need to build a better deck. Need to start doing these draft events. I hope this audio hasn't gone too long. I don't think that was the problem. I thought maybe it was the length of my recordings that messed up the audio, but I think it was just what I said of not having enough storage, which I have plenty of storage. I checked before I started recording. Really hoping I get this Apple job. It would just be great if I could work at the Apple store. Great pay, great benefits. Seems like a great environment, growth opportunity, everything else. I think I did pretty well in the interview. I hear back Friday if I get a second interview or not. So I'm really hoping I do. Wish me luck. Really want this job. I'm gonna start putting in other jobs. I'm still waiting on my ID from the DMV so I can actually get a job once I get hired somewhere. I got hired at Wendy's, but I didn't have a valid ID. So he told me to get back with him once I did, although he doesn't know if he'll be able to hold the job open for me. So I'm not really too worried about it. Honestly, I didn't really want to work at Wendy's anyway, but sometimes you just do what you gotta do. Drink a little bit of coffee, second coffee for the day. Probably gonna go do some legs at the gym later. But I think we're just gonna look at these cards. Prairie Dog. I swear I've opened this one before. Maybe I've seen someone play it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Just gonna tap all these cards real quick. And I still haven't figured out this saddle ability yet. Oh, there it goes. Tap any number of other creatures you control with total power 1 or more. This amount becomes saddled until end of turn. Saddle only the sorcery. So, okay. When it says saddle, I'm thinking like, okay, do I put this creature card on top of the other creature? Does it have to ride it? Like a vehicle? But I guess pretty much it's just saying tap another creature. It says tap any number. Total power. Why would you want to tap more than one? Total power 1 or more. I don't know. Anyway. If you know the saddle feature, if you use it, I'll probably use it myself. Go ahead, comment below, let me know. Alright, I'm signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next time. Toodaloo.